Yo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am the one and true and living legend, and I am yours truly, Honcho J23 of Independent Scene Podcast. We are back. I am truly grateful to be back with you guys once again. I know I've taken some time off, and we haven't really, y'all haven't seen any content as of late. But your boy had to take some time off to get some stuff together, get some stuff right. But we're back in effect. We're back live. We're back better than ever. And today we have a very special guest. Now this special guest, she is truly a jewel. I met her a couple of months ago. I had a pleasure and honor of seeing her perform at RaleighWorldFestival, and she tore the roof off the place as if it didn't already have a roof. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about none other than the one and only Alicia Marie. We're going to be talking with her in just a second. But for those of you that are new joining the podcast, joining the stream, I want to definitely welcome you to the platform, welcome you to the channel, and I hope that you guys are ready to get inspired, ready to get these gems and these jewels. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you please welcome my special guest at this time right here to Independent Scene Podcast for the first time ever, Alicia Marie. Let's get it. What's up, Shanir?
What's good?
What's, what's going on? What's going on?
What's up?
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm wonderful. It's good to see you as always.
You too.
How's everything? Everything good?
Yeah, no, everything is great. How's everything with you?
Hey, coolin'. You already know how I do. Out here working. You know how that go. You know.
Yes, that ass, I do.
Most definitely. Well, first of all, welcome to the platform.
Thank you.
I definitely appreciate you for tapping in with me. I've had the, as I said before, I had the pleasure of seeing you not only perform, but see you, to finally get a chance to meet you in person because I've heard so much about you. So I definitely can't wait to tap in with you and get some of these gems. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let's get it. I'm lit.
Most definitely. Well, first of all, for the people that don't know you, please introduce yourself to these fine people, and then we're going to jump right into it.
I am Alicia Marie. I'm a poet, singer, rapper, mindfuck of sorts. And yeah, I'm just out here trying to make a wave,
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's good to have more than one thing up under your belt. To let you know you're working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most definitely. Well, first things first. I want to address the name Alicia Marie. How did you come up with that name, and what made you stick with that name?
It's actually
Can you
my
hear me?
name. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, it's actually my name.
Okay. Well, cool. So, all right. So, that's straight to the point. So I can rock with that. All right. So, music. Talk us about the music. What made you want to tap into music and really, submit yourself out here in this music industry? What made you want to tap into it?
Well, I've actually been making music my whole life. It's kind of just always been like a personal, kind of like therapy, I guess.
Okay.
But I got seriously, I really started taking art seriously when I did spoken word poetry initially, more seriously as a teenager. And then started making music, probably like around like 16, and tried it for a little bit, really loved it, but then got pregnant with my son and took a break, tried to do the whole 9 to 5 regular life bullshit,
Okay.
and I just could not really get with the shits. And then as my homegirl, my homegirl Exhale, she got into music and stuff, and it was just so lit, being able to support her and being able to be around and stuff, and just kind of like being around in that kind of wave, just made me kind of want to take it serious. It's just something that I've always loved and always wanted to do, but just never really put the time and like energy and effort behind it that it really deserved.
Okay.
And I just kind of felt like it was about time. So
Okay. So,
yeah.
So talk us a little bit about, you know, the history of
Thank you.
the craft that you own, and how does it mean to you to not be a woman out here that is not only doing her thing but really showcasing what you're about? Like, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I feel like, yeah, I really do this for myself. I really do this for me. And so to be able to resonate with people naturally, that shit is lit. It's something really cool about that for real, especially just like with the kind of stuff that, I've lived and been through and all of that. It's just cool to kind of feel like you're being completely yourself and people just really like rocking with it. It's something lit about it.
Okay, okay. Now, earlier beforehand, you mentioned, you did you do poetry. What
Mhm.
Tell us a little bit about that, and how that ties into, your brand, your sound. So how does that tie?
That I've always written like my whole life. Like me and my best friend, I remember when we were like 8 years old and we used to like watch like the BT like music videos in the morning and then fucking like write little songs and
Okay,
act them out, and like we were just always extra and stuff on that kind of note. But I actually moved here from New York in high school, and I was just kind of like,
okay,
in my like angry teenage mode and all of that, mad I was here, thought I was gonna be going to high school with all my friends I grew up with, and it was just a lot. And I had a creative writing teacher that really fucked with the work that I was doing, and she had I told me to pop out one night to what I thought was an open mic. Wasn't an open mic. It was actually a competition, and I won on accident. And what the prize was a like basically to join a spoken word poetry team. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Brave New Voices.
I have.
Brave New Voices was the festival that you won to go perform at.
Okay,
So my first like accidental experience, like really performing, was for this. I won. I got up to be a part of the team. I got to, really get into like rehearsing and performance and emotion and all of that kind of stuff. They took everything very, very seriously. We practiced mad times a week. Actually, if you know G Yamazawa, that's one of my like fams. I met him through poetry, and we did poetry and stuff together when I was a teenager, and I was really lit. But yeah, so that's kind of how that started, and it was just completely by accident. And I went to my first Brave New Voices that year in Chicago,
wow.
and it just like changed my freaking life. Like I just looked at everything different. I went 2 other years after that. Um, and when I was actually performing a spoken word event in Durham, that's how I met the other guys that I ended up doing music with. Because they heard me spit and they were like, "Have you ever rapped?" I was like,
Yeah.
"No, but I've been singing since I was little." And they were like, "You should try to rap because like you sound like you got the
Yeah.
voice for it." So they were kind of who like put me on game with myself that I could even do that. And yeah, it's kind of just like all went down from there.
There's nothing wrong with that. No wrong. And see, this is the beauty about, having a craft that you not only yourself can craft on your own and build around your own, but once you reach the pinnacle of where you're trying to get to, like you said, the sky is the limit. So,
Yeah.
I in full support of you. As I said,
Thank
I
you.
see you perform at Raleigh World Festival. And I want to talk to you about that experience, that performance, because, so many talented artists, surrounding Raleigh World Festival, and being actually be a part of that. What was that experience like for you to be out there on stage, despite the heat, of course, and really just shutting it down and just like show people like, yo, like I'm out here, like this is me, like I'm giving y'all everything I got.
Yeah, no, it's been wild, man. Just like the recognition, the opportunities that, kind of just randomly end up falling into my life. I just get very I'm very grateful. I never take anything for granted. the festival was lit. It was hot as hell, but it was so cool. And it was my first time really performing for real with a live band with my set on Deuce's set. When we got to perform Heart Failure together, that was just like insane. It was my first time really being able to like sing
Okay.
in like with a band, and it was so fire. And just like a different experience, it's something dope to be able to say that you did within your first year of like, really making moves. Like it's definitely dope. I don't take anything for granted. I'm super, super grateful for
Most,
everything. Yeah.
most definitely, most definitely. I definitely love the energy. Definitely love the vibe. All right, so real quickly, shifting gears for a second, talk to us a little bit about your growing up and what was growing up like for you, and realizing what it is that you want to do in life. What was that experience like for you?
My childhood was interesting. I don't really talk about it really on some real shit. It was a lot of distance, a lot of heartache, a lot of pain in my childhood. I think that's kind of where, I don't know, they say some of the best artists be the, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
Be
right.
channeling true shit. And yeah, I lived amongst a lot of chaos. And so it was just one of those things where art really like helped me to focus, helped me to like to just balance myself. Um which is why like I just feel like this is so much for me, and not so like clout based or anything like that, because this has been my therapy forever. And now it's just like, okay, like I get to like, share pieces of myself with people, and they just fuck with it, and it's cool. But yeah, I think that's how the art really like became so deep for me, because it really saved my life. At one point I would feel like, especially going through my teenage years and all of that, when you going through like the natural like imbalances and everything that a
Right,
teenager is
right.
gonna go through, when you have like all these extra chaoses and like traumas and all of this stuff kind of like being added to the mix, it just makes stuff like a lot more difficult. And being able to release that, and I think really perform it, was like what really like would cleanse me on some true shit, because it was like I would be able to get it out, and then like by the time I was done spitting it, there were so many people that would like either resonate with it. And it's like, it's something in feeling like you're not alone in shit, when you feel like you're alone in
Right.
shit. So yeah, I mean, just being around a bunch of artists is a beautiful thing anyway.
Okay.
When you're around the artists with the right mindset, it's a very free, open environment. And that's enough, to change somebody's life.
Well, definitely is. So I wanna ask you this because me, seeing you and and having, now this bond with you. Um, what is the dynamic like when you're approached to collab on someone else's music or song? And in your mind, like, yo, this about to be lit, this about to be fire, like about to kill it. Like, what is that like?
It's so exciting. I love doing collabs for a lot of reasons. But the main one is that a lot of people help you tap into a different side of your creative genius. You know what I mean? Like, I
Okay.
could hear this beat and think about it this way, and you come in at it a whole different angle, and now I'm looking at it like, oh, wait, hold on, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
it just turns into something like magical. And then it's more, and recording it too
Okay.
is lit, because when you're recording it, a lot of the times, well, most of the time when I record, if I'm recording with somebody I'm collabing with and we're in the studio together, somebody's probably taking some shots at some point. So
Okay.
as we're recording stuff, yeah, you end up throwing in like really dope, like ad libs, or like somebody will hear something and then you'll change it or try it, and it ends up making it something like it's really dope. Collabing with people that are super in tune with their art, and take it serious, because they can really open up certain angles of your mind on a creative level. It's really lit.
Most definitely, most definitely. I definitely agree. So when all right, so now again, I wanna into your mindset. Whenever you're putting out, what has been that song or what has been that project put out that really resonates with you? And not only resonates with the people, what is what been like for you?
You said which? Sorry, you were going in and out. You said which
I,
song resonates most with me?
yeah. What song most resonates with you and with the people, of course? Like what is that hit song for you?
Honestly, kind of was unexpected. For me, when I dropped Street Renaissance, I was kind of really just trying to introduce myself to the people. It was very much about where I was at in that place of my life. The year of 2020, I went homeless behind some craziness,
Mm-hmm.
and was really going through it, and had kind of lost my artistic wave in the midst of some of the things that were happening. And when things started getting really, really bad, um, I kind of just started tapping into writing and stuff again. And so Speechless I have a lot of vulnerable like music and stuff that I wrote during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Speechless was kind of one of those that I was kind of just kind of taking a leap of faith. Like, I'm just gonna put this one on here because it's different than the other tracks, and we just gonna see if it rocks. It was actually, I wrote it in the backseat of my car.
Okay.
I was literally laid out in the driveway of the crib that I got kicked out of because they didn't rent it out to nobody yet, and I didn't have like really like a safe space to fucking be at yet.
Right.
And I was literally in the backseat of my truck listening to beats all night, just trying to function.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of all came out. And I guess when I went to drop it, obviously that pain was not really with me anymore because I had, thank God, gotten into a crib by that point and was looking into dropping this project and all of that. But I vibed with it, and I was like, we're just gonna see. We're gonna put it out and see what happens. I think it's done maybe like triple the streams of every song that I've dropped so far. It definitely hit different than I expected it to, for
Okay.
sure. It's just one of those, I guess, pulled on people's heartstrings, just, resonated more than I expected it to. But it meant a lot to me that it did, because that track was personal for real. And I mean, all of them are personal. I'm definitely not one to talk on nothing or write on nothing that I don't stand behind, or I haven't lived, or I don't actually feel, or anything like that. But that one, like, if you're around me, I'm a pretty, easygoing kind of
Right.
person. And so to dive to that emotion and be vulnerable like that, it was something I hadn't done in a long time. So to do it and to have it sit with people the way that it did, that shit was lit.
Okay. I feel that. I feel that. All right. So now, you mentioned music has been like therapy for you. So what is your advice to to all of the other young and up and coming artists that want to tap into this and really go hard and really go strong for their craft? Like, what can you say to them, to help them, navigate through this industry and really showcase what they're about?
You just have to believe in yourself and trust yourself more than all of these motherfuckers. You
Yeah.
just really, when something balances your soul, when something is meant for you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start making moves on that and things start aligning for you, it's fuck what everybody's talking about. You don't let people speak fear into your vision.
Right.
Because, you know, at the end of the day, it's a bunch of people that have done shit and will do shit that I will never be able to fucking do. But that
Right.
doesn't mean that they can't do it. You know what I mean? And so
Right.
it's just it's one of those where you really just have to trust yourself. And it just is what it is after that. You have to know, like, yeah, you know, that's true. It could go left, but it could go right. And the fact
Right.
that it could go right is gonna keep me going a little bit, because you know what I mean? When even if it's half a door open from a move that I make, if I see progress in everything that I do every time that I do something, I know I'm supposed to be doing it.
Most
Even if
definitely.
it takes a little longer than, you know, than I wanted to, if it's progress of any kind, even if it's a little bit. I used to have this thing where I would fuck myself up, and I still do sometimes. I have to check myself, where I would have like let's say I have a goal, like I want to hit like 100 today, and instead of hitting 100, but I was at 50 before I hit 100,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of hitting 100 today, I ended up ending out on 87. Because
Okay.
I didn't hit 100, I'm gonna shit on myself and
Mm-hmm.
not think about the fact that I still went up. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm not at 50 anymore. I'm sitting up higher than I was before. I would disregard that. So I'm trying to be better about being like, you know what? This might not be exactly what you wanted it to be. It might not have rolled out exactly the way that you thought, but it went up and you're still moving. You didn't fall. You didn't, you know, we didn't hit roadblocks. It
Right.
just went differently than you thought, but you're still moving. And so, yeah, so perspective is everything.
Okay.
Perspective is going to change the game for you, for real.
That part, that part. Okay, so two more things I want to kind of tap into real quick because you know, I told you we could go on all day.
Yeah, yeah,
But,
yeah.
I wanna step away from the music side of things, and I want to talk to you a little bit about, you know, motherhood, because you spoke about being a mom, you know, and having your son, and
Yes.
I just got to know, you know, from your perspective, you know, what is that it's like to, to have a son and to know that his mom, she does, you know, making music for herself, for people, you know, touch the world, and you know, watching, he's seeing all this. Like, what is that dynamic like between you and your son?
It's super lit, honestly. I love having him be a part of stuff. Any shows that are like all ages and stuff that he can come to, I always let him come to. He comes with me to the studio. He comes with me to photo shoots, video shoots. And you know, it's cool because you get to see that influence, that creative influence. Like he'll try to sit in the back seat and make beats and stuff, or like I listen to him like making up his own songs in his room when I'm like minding my business. But you know, you can't peep too hard because they get all embarrassed. But like, yeah, like it's really cool. And he's a great artist. Like he knows how to draw really well. So sometimes, you know, I'll say little stuff to him, like, you know, like I'm gonna have to have you make some of my cover art for one of my songs or whatever. You know, just like I
Right,
want to
right,
incorporate him in as much you know, as possible. He thinks I'm just like, you know, I'm the coolest thing ever, but he also keeps me super in check. Like one of the stories I tell everybody is like when I was getting my choreography right for the heebie-jeebie video, I'm
mm,
not like a dancer at all. So when she gave me the choreography, it took me a minute to try to figure it out. And the first couple of days I'm trying it, he comes out and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, I was like, I'm doing this dance. He was for my video. He was like, nuh-uh. And I was like, what you mean, nuh-uh? And he was like, you're gonna do that in the video? And he was laughing, and I was just like, Lord have mercy. All right, let me get my game up. So you know, I had to get my stuff together and all this stuff. But like by the time I was done, like, bro, he thought I was the coolest thing ever for the video. Like he took little snapshots, sending them to grandma. Like, look at what mom is doing. You know what I mean? Like he just thinks like it's so cool. He wants to be in the next video. He's gotten to be in a couple of videos since then. So like it's really cool. You know, just want him to experience it all so that he can figure out what he really wants to do, and I can support that. You know what I mean? The goal is to get up on this so that whatever dream that he wants to pursue, I can back 100% and get him going.
Most definitely, most definitely. All right. So my last and final thing, social media. Social media is huge. It's a global phenomenon. I'm sure you are in touch with so many people from all walks of life, all different backgrounds. What is it like being able to not only showcase yourself on social media, but be able to show, the world, yeah, I am Alicia Marie, and this is, what you see is what you get. So what is that for, like?
It's cool. It's I'm not gonna lie, I'm hella low key. So this is like a new experience for me. I'm loving the whole artistic side. The attention part is like like I kind of go back and forth on it. It's super dope though. Like I said, I'm grateful for everything. But yeah, it's like it's an adjustment. I'm definitely like, baby stepping into everything in different ways. It's really just fucking lit because yeah, you just kind of go into stuff and don't really have any super intention behind it, like as far as like people really just wanting to listen to you and just know you and all of this stuff, and just having people be proud of you too, that like don't even really know you but like have heard little things and like can tell that you've been growing, like all
Right.
of that is just like, whoa, bro, like just so grateful for everybody and everybody that sees me and has faith in me. Like, you don't even understand. It's been a long road.
It has.
So
That
to
is.
feel seen is crazy, man. It's lit.
Okay. Okay. All right. So finally, last things first. What's next for Alicia Marie? What can we expect next from you? What can we be looking out for?
Working on a project as of right now. Trying to get things rolling on that for sure, for sure. Some more videos. And I think I'm gonna be maybe singing a little bit more.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so kind of, switching some vibes up a little bit, trying to bring some stoner vibes at you motherfuckers and see switch some ways up and stuff. But yeah, just try to network, come, get on to as many different opportunities and stuff that I can, and just keep growing. I just, like I said, as long as every step presents itself to something, I don't have to hit 100, as long as I'm,
Right.
up
Right.
higher than I was yesterday.
Right. 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 Exactly. Exactly. Well, Alicia Marie, I have definitely enjoyed the vibe, the vibe.
Yes.
Mine has been phenomenal. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please make sure you go and follow lovely, wonderful, talented artist Alicia
Thank
Marie.
you.
Quickly, shout out to social media. Let people know what they with.
Yes, you can follow me. I am that A Marie with 3 E's. And my name is Alicia Marie on all streaming platforms. I just dropped Boss, HBGB's out, the video's out. Yeah, and if you want to get to know the year ago me, then listen to Street Renaissance.
That
But
part,
yeah, no, I appreciate you guys.
that part, ladies and gentlemen, and there you have it. This has been my time. I am once again the one and true living legend, Hunter J 23 of Independent Scene. We want to thank you guys for joining us on this evening, for joining us. Knowledge, just wisdom. I hope you guys learned a lot. I look forward to seeing you guys in the edition of Independent Scene Podcast. We out, y'all.
Hey, thank you.
Most definitely.